bandwidth from going crazy.
I saw your face. I saw your face.
Yeah.
Everyone looks different to how I imagined them.
Really?
Good.
Really?
Bad. I don't know.
Apart from Bert, because I've seen Bert, but everyone else is like, wow.
Okay, just pulling up your stream
Oh God!
so I
I
can
need to
see if
find
it
that.
works. Yes, I can see us.
Can you hear
I've got it
us?
muted.
That's
Otherwise,
okay. Yeah, find
okay.
out if you
Hang
can
on.
hear us. That's the real question.
Yes,
All right, cool.
I can. Well, I'm going to turn that off. Otherwise, I'm going to get echoes and doubling of sound, and then it's going to be real cray.
Right. I'm trying to monitor that on my tablet. See how that goes. Why can't I see it?
So can we watch you, Bert, on Twitch while
If
I'm
you want
listening
to,
to you?
yeah. If your computer will allow it to go at the same time. Oh, there it is. Yep.
There's the link there, just in case.
Yeah, so I'm using my tablet to monitor any chats coming through. Some of the guys I've been streaming with might join us tonight. Pop in, at least tell me how it
Yeah,
looks.
there's one there already. Hello.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is the pre-game yabbing. We usually always get started a good 10, 15 minutes late, it seems. It takes a bit for everyone to show up, too, sometimes.
How can I find you on Twitch, Bert?
I just put the link in the chat.
Yeah, you can follow the link or just type in search Steam Steel Murder, all one word, as that is the podcast.
Do you want? You got the play link for their campaign is visible. I don't know if that's important or not.
Good point. Let me let me move that until we get some people roll some dice so I can scroll past that.
Endo.
Oh, I'm glad to see my green screen is working fairly well too.
All right, so Twitch is like 6 seconds behind.
Yes, there is.
Discord.
Yep, there's a little bit of a delay.
There you go. You should now have a whole page of dice rolls.
So it's not a huge load. 13.8% on the CPU, 30 frames, dropping a few frames now here and there, but not too bad.
I don't know if you want to attend to that sound problem that the chat's complaining about.
Oh, there's a sound problem? I'm not actually seeing the chat.
Well, there's a problem right there. It says you're echoing. Do you have a stream open on the browser or on your computer? If you do, you should mute that tape.
I don't. Has anybody else got it opened?
Well, if I I can unmute it so I can hear it, but then it won't echo through me because of the headphones. But we'll just get really, we'll get the what's it called? Speech jamming.
Let's see, maybe.
Yes, it does sound like there's a double audio.
Yeah, hold on. I think I know what it is. I need to remove.
Could be.
Let's try this.
You got two different sources of OBS.
No, I've got a couple of extra audio channels that maybe I don't need. All right. I don't know if I can still hear you guys. Is someone talking?
No, we're not talking.
There we are. Okay.
I can be.
All right. Is it still audio doubling up?
Yes.
Well, geez. Let's see.
Welcome everyone to the stream of technical difficulties. We are here to show you exactly how not to set up a stream. Yes, this is all intentional.
Huh.
And who doesn't want to hear two of me, of course?
So it's just my voice that's doubling now. Okay, well, that
No.
narrows it down. No?
That's everyone. Yeah, sounds like everyone to me.
Oh, you know what? I may have audio coming through the USB camera, too. Let me make sure that's not happening. No, I do not. I've got a display capture, but there's no audio coming through the display. Maybe. Hold on. Yeah, some people are saying just my voice is doubling. All right.
I don't know how much of that's just because you're the one talking the most. So, no, of course, my voice sounds tinny. That might be because that's how it's sounding bad to me.
Well, I don't have any other sources going. Let's see. I've got one audio capture for you guys coming in. I've got.
Yeah, you're definitely double today.
What else do I have here? Let me try something. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, well,
Okay.
that's just one audio now.
So it's not doubling up now?
No.
Okay, yeah, so I've got an extra channel. I just switched scenes. Okay, so yeah, it's an extra channel in scene 1 somewhere. Let me figure this out real quick. Who are we missing still?
Oh.
Bill, okay. Well,
And Richard needs to get online.
I am online.
Roll 20.
Oh, I haven't launched the game. I clicked the thing to let me in there, but yeah, it didn't let me in. Are you're not broadcasting through Roll20 as well, are you? But no.
that's something to check.
I usually disable that as soon as I can because I hate it.
No, I am not.
Oh, cool.
I think I figured it out, though. I'm just, I may go silent here for just a second. Let me, don't despair. I'll be back in a second if this goes.
And we have somebody else who will be joining us, but they are having computer issues right now. I will be here in just a short while. Well, people out there who are possibly hearing this, how are your days? Are you having fun? Are you looking forward to seeing the first of this Steam Steal and Murder Twitch stream? You know, you really should have called this Stream Steal and Murder. Never mind.
All right. Am I still doubling now? And can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
How about the doubling?
I do not know if you're doubling. I have to deafen it.
Yeah, I can hear you. No doubling on my end.
Oh, they're saying still doubling on the stream, though. What the heck? Why is the one clear and the other not? Interesting.
Easier if he played the game, then it wouldn't be doubling.
All right, let's do just another quick troubleshooting here. So I've switched my scene. This has a lot less things for sources. Am I doubling now? Okay, no doubling here. Okay, so let me add my camera to this. Okay. Am I doubling now? Huh. Okay, interesting. So it's not the camera. I'm not exactly sure what it is in the other scene. That's just odd. Just odd.
I guess it wanted to fit in with the rest of us who are just odd as well, though.
Must be. So Bill, we're still waiting on Bill, it looks like. All right. Allow me to futz around a bit more then. So what do I have here? Video capture, audio, display capture. All that's good. Now if I flip... Okay. Am I doubling now? Yeah, I am using virtual cables, but I'm not sure why it's only doing it on one and not the other.
Okay. It is doubling now, yes.
It is, okay.
So, well, aren't you glad to be doing this live and in person?
Well, it's kind of hard to do it if it's not running live, so.
Set up another stream, broadcast it separately just as a test, make it private, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, am I doubling, guys in chat? Yes, I am doubling. Yeah.
You had to wait like 6 seconds to see the response, but
okay, not
you were
doubling.
responding to the...
Okay.
Yeah.
People in chat, though, are you only hearing my voice? I've not put in the output from the rest of the guys, so you should only be hearing me. Other guys talk. Vamp for me, Richard.
No, I refuse to talk because people don't want to hear my lovely sounding English voice. I am amazing. Please.
Okay, so they are hearing you and me. Interesting. So I think I figured what's going out then. Okay, interesting. So as long as I'm not doubling and that's working, we're going to go with that. Video capture device. Okay, how's that? Doubling? Not doubling? I always smell like cat food. I've got 10 cats. That's how I get them to snuggle.
Didn't sound like it. Yeah.
All right. And apparently, though, I lost my filter, so that my green screen is just kind of just hanging out there.
It's now a screen of green. That's great.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Well, if I can find where it is in the menu again, I can add it back on. There it is, filters. Okay, we got that back. Now, are we doubling now?
Oh my god, process of elimination.
I know. I mean, it's horrible. IT is the devil. But, you know, without it, things just don't work. Awesome. Okay, well, it looks like we've at least settled the technological problems. Now we just... Oh, there's Radnar. Hey, Bill. Maybe.
Did he join the chat? Or
he's on Roll20. He's not on the chat,
yeah,
it looks like. Okay. Did he give an ETA on that?
He just said computer issues.
Okay, so he's probably just rebooting and such. So, well, let's talk a little bit about
There
what
he
we're
is.
doing tonight. Hey, all right, we got a bill. This is our ongoing BX Dungeons and Dragons game. We've been playing this for quite a while now. So, yeah, the
Just so you know,
podcast.
we are live streaming just because you weren't
Yeah.
here to give explicit consent.
Yes, Bill, are you okay with us live streaming? We don't need video. I'm just live streaming the podcast itself.
If you're talking, we can't hear you.
That too.
Oh, yeah, I probably need to push the button that lets me talk. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right, cool. So tonight we've got a BX Dungeons and Dragons game. We're actually playing through a module this time, just out of happenstance. They just got near a location that had a module keyed for it. We're playing in the known world, so this is the original BX setting. Our members here are part of the Green Company, which is a troop that has an official registration from Duke Stefan to be able to explore his lands, gather information, do a bit of cartography, and of course pay him a percentage of what they find. But let's just go down the list here and tell everybody who you are, what character you're playing, a little bit about the character, and what level they're at, if that would be okay with folks. I'm just going to go down the list. So we're starting with you, Bill. Bill must push the button again to make his voice heard.
Must. I am Radnor the Large, but he's pretty much now Radnor the Skull. He got killed and his spirit sucked into this floating skull. I'm still a 5th level magic user, but there's all kinds of different stuff going on with me.
Yeah, Bill here, his character was technically the first death, but now he's enjoying a robust life in the undead sort of world. Jazz up next.
Now playing jazz band, the 5th level human locksmith, who's recently having a bit of trouble with a certain young lady he's taken under his wing. So I hope she sorts herself out. Otherwise, I may introduce her to the backstab.
It's always a problem when your protege is more skilled than the master. And much more attractive. Much more attractive.
I'll give you the attractive.
Richard.
Hello, I am Richard, and I will be playing Fig Jam, the great and powerful magic user of level 2. Fig Jam doesn't really have a lot of personality at the moment. I'm still finding my way.
As one does, with your, 8 hit points?
9, thank you very much.
9! Oh, you've got a bonus. You're a buff mage. And Jameis.
And Galen Ray Horn, the Cleary Elf Priest, the one true elf at the moment, because he's the only one around. Although he's currently thinking he's a ranger more than a priest.
Ah, yes. Adam has a young family that's growing, and he needs to take some time away. So yes, we are losing Nestor Nettles, our ranger. So in game, what's going on is the criminals.
No. I'm the ranger.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true. He is just the elf.
He's the paladin, if anything.
Oh, he was the guy in plate mail, so he's going to be a little hard to do without. He is going to be escorting the prisoner back to Capital City, and that's how we're going to get him out of the session for now. He may join us down the line again, but for right now, we are going to be one elf down. All right, so who remembers?
And we have another player that's also around, but
yes, we have a dwarf that will be joining us again at some point, hopefully next week. This game generally runs weekly, although it's been a little sparse here lately with weather and the season and all. But what do you guys remember from last session? Little bits and pieces?
Well, I was here last session, was I?
No, you were not.
Yeah, you were gone, Bill.
It was the only BX game I've missed since I started.
You were the flaming skull just standing in the rear, watching.
Yep.
Not in a pervy sort of way, but watching. All right, maybe a little pervy.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, so you're at Guido's fort. Let's start off with that.
Yep. And they've been having some problems recently, and most of the town folk are now huddling behind the fort walls, and they've had to dismantle a lot of things to get up temporary shelter for them.
Yeah, good.
And it's something weird in the hills on the opposite side of the river. The river is down which they do the lumber yards to send the logs down, so there's just the fort making sure everything's fine with that. Someone else want to jump in?
We had taken a prisoner previous to that, or we had charmed a person who was on our side, I should say, and we escorted them to this fort, to Guido's fort, where they voluntarily went into capture, into, I don't know what they're exactly doing, whether they're going to escape later, or whether they're in comfy prison, for want of a better term there, because they are an orc who was slave trading, and it was like they had
Half-orc,
valuable
thank
information
you.
they could tell the others.
He never went full orc, half orc.
Sorry. Yes.
Right. Yes.
Never read.
He agreed with with an understanding that he would tell everything he knew about the Iron Ring, the group of slavers that have been a real problem in the area to Duke Stefan, with the understanding that he would be treated a bit civilly afterwards. A little wink, wink, nudge, nudge between you and the rest of the group, I think, and you agreed to this. So he
Guido himself seems a bit out of sorts at the moment, so may not be treating him quite as civilly as expected. Apparently his good buddy friend, the mage, died recently, and he's been a bit out of it since then.
Yeah.
So there's a mage opening there. Hey, Jack. Hey, there's a mage opening.
Yeah, anyone else before I fill in a few holes before we start tonight's session?
There was that other family that Nestor brought.
Yeah, the family of halflings.
No, the actual family that he brought.
Oh. There's that. So the noble that has been given the lands that are collectively known as Guido's fort here has enacted privilege in the name of Duke Stefan, as you are ostensibly licensed under the Duke. He has conscripted you to help them with their problems. He doesn't expect you to wipe out the menace, but he would like you to explore and find out what you can. The fort is undermanned. He doesn't have enough people to send and do reconnaissance at all. And so you happening in to the fort at this point is just a boon to him. And he is definitely going to take advantage of his position and your contract. So, across the river, River Shrill is where he believes the problem lies. Now, you guys collected a few rumors last session as well. Mm-hmm. But you do know that that's where you need to start. You need to cross the River Shrill. I did point out there are numerous fishermen that have boats. I believe you talked to someone, and he's willing to transport you for a 20 gold fee, as it's not a very safe place.
Guido had set up something to take us across at midday the next day.
Yeah, he can definitely sequester a boat for you. That's not an issue. It is a fishing boat. It's nothing fancy, but the River Shrill, while very deep, is not a very fast current river at this time of year anyway. So does anybody have boating skills, though? Otherwise, you're still going to have to find someone to get you across in the boat.
What counts as boating skill?
Well, if anyone has a background that would you can convince me they would have learned a little bit of boating, that's fine by me. I imagine your character actually being of the ranger-like
Ranger.
perspective and spent a lot of time outdoors. You might even know how to hew like a canoe out of a tree. So I would buy that you would know how to use a small riverboat. Other than that, I think Radnar and Jazz are both city boys. I doubt either one of you would know. Fig Jam's still a mystery to us. We don't know what his background is.
My background is on staying on land. I lived wild in the wilds of the wood, eating berries and stuff, and learning magic. Don't like people, particularly. Don't get on with them.
He's a poor mage that likes to stay on land. There we go.
Exactly.
So I'm fine with Galen knowing how to pilot a boat. Yeah.
I'll even throw out 20 gold because I've got to spend the money somewhere.
Mm-hmm. All right, good enough. So you were given a place to stay that night.
Where? Okay.
The leader of the fort hasn't really told you when he expects you to start, other than the assumption that you will start as soon as you're ready. So if there's any preparations you want to do, you will see Nestor off in the morning as he takes the prisoner with him. He says his goodbyes, and we'll say anything that wasn't personally in his inventory, like his armor, his weapons, he will dole out to you guys before he leaves. So if you want to raid the inventory sheet for any of the healing potions he has.
Yeah, I don't know if we actually have any healing potions left, to be honest.
I think he did. I think he was the only one that did, but he's pretty good about keeping his inventory up to date. So whatever the sheet says, I would go with that. I haven't actually looked at it since last game.
There's nothing on the sheet for it, because I think this is like party inventory as opposed to...
Right, let me look at his character real quick then.
Scuba gear. Where the hell did I get scuba gear? Oh, that was on the spaceship. That's right. Yeah.
Right, yeah. Oh, he says 0 left, so no, he is out of healing droughts as well. Yeah.
We're out of potions.
Things I think he would be fine to part with is his ring of control animals, as he's got another ring which he won't give up, which is his AC bonus. He's not going to give up the circlet. He's got a couple of continual light coins. He can probably pass those along for those that would need it.
I think we've all got them.
Yeah. Everything else on his sheet, I don't think he would give up, as it's his personal gear.
No, that's fine. We don't really tend to go through and use a lot of the stuff anyway.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you're definitely at a deficit of healing droughts. Actually, I think if his is 0, I don't think any of you have any left. Radnar, are you tapped out too?
Yeah, well, I mean, I can't really carry much. I've got that illusion, but it's just an illusion, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But you could have given us your stuff, and you just keep track of it.
It's rather broad word for that, I guess. I can't really keep it, so yeah.
Yep. I believe you guys are tapped out, though, at this point, unless anybody's got anything on their sheets.
If we are not tapped out, I would like to drink the healing potions, because I am currently at 2 hit points.
Oh,
you healed up overnight.
You had a night's sleep. You're fine.
We've had a night's sleep since then.
Yep.
All right. Because we hadn't had previously.
Yeah, well, we have now.
Yay! All right, I don't drown those healing potions that I find. Stuff them away somewhere else.
Because I could have healed you up anyway if we had time. Because I can just spend an hour to get myself a healing spell, we give to you, and then spend another hour to get it back.
Yep.
But no, it just says we just heal up overnight. Otherwise, you just spend too much being down at hit points and stuff. It's really annoying.
Oh, we are playing BX, taken largely from the BX Essentials from guys that are watching. But I have made a few house rules just for longevity of the game. One of them is a night's sleep will heal you up. Yeah, that's one of them. All right. So after you've seen Nestor off, how do you want to go about fulfilling the noble's request here?
Family, we know about the path on the other side.
Oh,
And
you
it
broke
goes
up.
up. Yeah. Also try to eat at the same time.
Yeah, that would do it.
Yeah. From that family, we know that there's that path on the other side that goes up to, I'm going to say the cult or something. I can't remember what it was now.
Well, there's an old
And we
abbey.
also,
Yep, there's an old abbey that's
Yeah.
up there. Mm-hmm.
and we know there's another hill in which there was a bright light or something that flashed during the night.
And then the general knowledge that there are a bunch of greenskins of the short variety. So you're thinking gobos, goblins. Those are often seen.
Yeah. It just seems like there's a huge confluence of a bit too many mysterious happenings over there, which makes me rather suspicious of what's actually going on. But I've got until we go over there. I think, do us we want to go, or do you want to recommend it more? Or?
I want to go. Sounds like an adventure.
All right. Do we want to go straight for the light on the hill? Do we want to go for the path up to the abbey, or?
I think proceed cautiously.
Well, if you head out straight aways, and I'm taking it that Galen, you're going to do boat duties.
Mm-hmm.
All right, make me an intelligence check. For new listeners, the way that we're doing skills and ability checks in this is poker rules. Roll your number or less on a d20. Yep, the higher you get or the closer to your number, the better. Yeah, so a decent success. All right, so the boat that you have been given has been patched numerous times, but does seem to be watertight. It will carry you guys and maybe another 50 pounds worth of goods. Certainly wouldn't carry another person.
Is that
No, I take that back. I take that back because of one of your numbers, Radnar, not actually being an embodied person, and he's just a floating skull with an illusion on him. Doesn't count as a body. So another 50 pounds plus another human being, humanish being, could be okay.
It would have been Darby at some point. So.
Yeah, so Darby. So there you go. So I'm including Darby in this. Darby will be with you. He's just going to be sliding.
What's your name?
Yep, including your protege there, Jazz. So one more body on top of that.
I'd be going for the path that we know about, that we were told about.
Well, if you look at the map on the screen, so you've been told different things about what they've seen, but as you are crossing the Shrill, this is what you see on the bank. There are two major landings that you see.
We're not seeing the page you're seeing.
Oh, you're not on the page. Let me move you to the page. That would help a lot.
Yeah.
We still see the city.
You can see it in Twitch.
Yes, I know. I was looking at that, and it was all
because
confusing.
we're watching it on Twitch that we can tell that there's something going wrong.
All right. Well, there you go.
So we can see the whole thing on Twitch too.
Yeah, it's all right. I trust you guys. So this is the first landing that you see here. Does cut into the land a bit, and there's a waterfall. So that little thing at the end there is a waterfall. That thing. There? Yep, that's the one. The other one is just a little smaller area, more of a beach. And this side of the river is really heavily wooded. The loggers, the foresters, haven't gotten to this part yet, mostly because of the menace they've been finding. So this is really thickly overgrown, 60-foot tall trees. If you don't choose, and you don't have to, of course, but if you don't choose one of the two banks that you're seeing, it'll be a little bit more difficult to be able to get your boat in and to get a landing. Not impossible, just more difficult.
For the place that the family told us about, which I think is number one.
Right.
It's not. Yeah, so that's what I'm going for. I know it's not. That's further away from where the light and stuff was, but we'll work our way up there. We'll go for somebody, hopefully the outskirts first before we head straight into it.
Okay. Go ahead, and is anyone else helping you paddle, or is it just going to be you?
I suspect everyone else is looking too suspiciously at the water that is running. And
yeah, no idea. Evil!
All right. In which case, give me a con check.
Yeah. My stats are not high for those playing along at home. Well, the con's not bad. Not that good. It's not bad.
Well, it's a failure. No, it just takes longer. There is a little bit of a current that you didn't plan on about midway through, and so you've got to tack against it a little bit to be able to hit the area that you want to. So by the time you do make your landing, you're worn out. You're going to need a little breather, or you're going to be at small modifiers if you've got to do anything strenuous for the next hour.
I suspect so we'll be having the breather because everyone else is going to be looking too afraid at all the woods.
But you get there safely. You make land. It's a pretty pleasant expanse. There's grass and flowers here in this little area that at some time it looked like someone must have done some logging here to clear it away like this. The water here in the stream is very cool and refreshing. This is fresh water.
The river is fresh water or salt water?
The river is fresh water. Yeah, it's flowing from the mountains down before it enters the sea. So you got, I forget what it's called, where you have that interface between fresh water and seawater, but that's much further down. This is all fresh water. All right. So yeah, you're beat by the time you make your landing, but otherwise, here you are. And you can see that the tree line, that's what most of this here is tree line. The waterfall, it's hard to see what this looks like on the map, but it's dropping down from about a 40-foot drop down here, continues in to the stream. This is not a sheer cliff where it drops, but it's difficult. It looks difficult. You can you can climb the tree line if you'd rather.
That's good. That looks like a path there.
Yeah, you do have to climb up to it, though.
Okay. Like I said, well, you guys take a look around. I'm just going to sit here for a moment.
I could probably make it up the cliff, couldn't I?
Oh, well, you think you might? If you want to do the cliff, you can do climb sheer surfaces. But if you just want to use a tree line, it's more of a just time or a strength check, whichever you'd like to do.
How much time do I think I could save by doing the cliff?
Quite a bit.
I'll probably try the cliff. Yeah.
Okay. It is a 40-foot drop if you do fail, but go ahead and make me a roll.
Maybe I should send Magpie up there.
She makes herself busy by turning the boat over so it doesn't float away and throwing some scraps of leaves off of it so it's not easily found. Busy work.
Yeah, okay, I'll remember. All right, hold on. Here we go then.
Wow.
Am I dead?
No, that's good. You're trying to roll under.
It's a crit. No,
Yeah.
not a crit. No, but
that's amazing. Yeah, you just grab you just free climb right up. You just climb it like a spider, no problem at all. So you get to I'm sorry?
Just pole vaulted up there.
Yeah. All right, let me reveal a little bit more here. So you get to the top of the waterfall, and indeed, you do see a trail in the dense forest here. But also, you see that what is producing the waterfall cuts through as well, creating a trail of its own if you stay pretty close to the banks. Although it's not much of a trail. Maybe one person wide could safely go through it. So that's what you see. You've got a great view, by the way. So, you're 40 feet up. You see everybody down there below on the beach.
Can I throw a rope down and get them to climb up if they want to try that?
Yeah, you have plenty of trees to anchor it with. You drop the rope. This is a much faster ascent than having to find a break in the tree line and climb up that way. So, yep, rope drops.
Come on up, guys. It's really safe.
I'll float on up there.
Yeah, the floating skull just floats. Yes.
He could have gone first. Why am I risking my neck?
Well,
He can't do rope.
it seems to make you happy, so I'm not going to get in your way there.
All right, yeah, using the rope, no one really needs to make a roll. He's got a really good, strong anchor. Everyone else gets up just fine.
I mean, before we go up there, I want to listen and see what sort of animal sounds we hear in this dense foresty thing. Are there roaring lions, for instance?
Well, since you asked, Richard, you don't even have to roll for this. So you listen intently, and the only thing that you're hearing is the buzzing of insects.
And Galen Dragon painting.
Yes, and Galen panting like he's got a 5-pack a day habit.
All right. Well, watch out. I think something scared or ate all the animals, or maybe maybe they're just hiding from us. I don't know. But yeah, up we go, I guess.
Okay. Who is first up after Jazz, of course, and who is last up? And of course, Radnar, you're already up there. You're floating there, which looks really odd because you still have that illusion that's cast on you. So the fat Radnar illusion is just kind of walking on air.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll go next. I got no problem with that.
Okay. So Galen, you'll bring it up to the rear. If you guys, did you guys wait the full hour for Galen to rest up?
Is that how long you need? Oh, God.
Apparently.
I mean, I guess so.
We
Oh,
took
you
a
can
shortcut
push it.
and had to wait an hour.
Well, you explored around a little bit. You found the trail. You looked down the river a little bit to see. And again, you're not really hearing anything either. You're hearing the buzz of insects, which, as you all ascend up here, it's actually much louder than it was 40 feet below you. Now that you're surrounded by this dense tree, except for this stream that eventually forms the waterfall, the buzzing is actually really loud, like horrendously loud.
Can I see any nests or beehives in the trees or anything?
Maybe roll me a d6.
No.
You're not. It's not for lack of looking. It's just the trees are so dense and the canopy is so dense. The light is actually an issue here, especially for you humans. They don't have the benefit of any extra vision. It's a little dark up here. Not pitch black or anything, but everything's deeply shadowed. The trees are so tall. Everything is just hemming you in so much. The buzzing sounds like it's coming from everywhere. It's louder, like higher up maybe, but you're not seeing nests of any sort.
I light a torch.
Is it dark enough to need a torch?
It helps.
Oh, okay.
Well, it doesn't help you, elf boy, but
Yeah.
I mean, smoke puts buzzy insects to sleep if they're in enclosed spaces. Or, well, not exactly sleep, but, that sort of thing.
Right, now that
Well,
you're up here,
I light a torch.
okay, you would go ahead and light a torch. So now that you're up here, unless you want to forge through really dense, really tall trees, you do see, off to your right a little bit towards the north, there is a trail. Looks like a game trail, really. It's not very wide, maybe single file, and then you could follow the river.
I vote for the trail.
One thing Galen does, and it's a bit unusual that he's never been the cleanest person is actually get some mud and spread it on himself.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got that rich smell. I mean, you like it, just of things that have been decaying and dying over just so many years. It just smells very good to you, very loamy. All right, so you do have to kind of follow the ridge line a little bit to get to the path. What kind of marching order are you going in here?
This week Galen will be up front because he's the ranger.
Okay. Do you want to be ahead a little bit, or are you going to keep everyone within sight?
Keep everyone within sight. When something drops down on me from above, which happens a lot, just to those watching, it'll be good to have the others nearby to attack for a change as opposed to me just being suffocated by it immediately.
Mm-hmm. You're thoroughly paranoid, so I assume that you look up often.
Yeah. At this point, I've had so much stuff drop on me from the top. Yeah.
All right. So who's trailing? Who's in the rear? Everyone else doesn't matter too much, but I know who's in the front, who's in the rear.
It should be Radnor.
That'd be fun, because then the thing which leaps out to get us will just leap through him and get
Exactly.
the person who is behind No.
It makes sense for me to go first, doesn't it?
Although,
I don't know, because then if are you going to be looking down for like tripwires or spike traps or whatever else might have been used in a jungle type or foresty type environment? Because
Well,
you're not going to set those off, are you?
Nope.
that's why I'm thinking we have him at the back, and that's why your body can be a nice distraction for anything that wants to attack. But there's no actual body there.
Body.
Yeah.
The first thing that chows down on you is like human light. It's diet human.
It's almost like there's nothing there.
Nice. All right, so who's in the rear?
I'm in the middle.
You're all right. So it's either Radnar or it's Fig Jam. Who's in the rear?
We can put Magpie. Put Magpie in the rear.
That's fine. You can put Magpie in the rear. She's fine with that. All right. So our scout, Mr. Galen Rayhorn, why don't you roll me a d6 once?
Was that a surprise or looking?
Right now, it's just looking.
Oh, find traps. That's a good one to roll.
Yep. All right. Now roll me a surprise roll. Okay, not surprised. So you're with your history, you are keenly aware that things could drop down from these tall trees that are around you. And so as you're looking around, being very careful not to trip over anything, to see if there are any tripwires. Again, this is confirmed a game trail. So as you start along it, you do notice that there must be at least some medium to larger sized mammals here. You're seeing hoof prints, and you're thinking wild boar likely is what blazed this trail through here. So as you're looking around, you look up and you do see a nest of flying insects. These insects are really big. They're about the size of a small dog. And they have these long proboscises, very sharp looking, that are standing out from them. And you're passing right below them, so you didn't notice, unfortunately, until you were right underneath them. So, yes, these are some nasty looking insects that look like they want to draw your blood as they were interrupted as you're walking down.
Are you stooges? I've always wanted to be stooges.
They might be. So yet confirmed. We'll find out if they start sucking blood. All right, so you're not surprised. So you are the first one to fall into this. So why don't you roll a d6 for your side? And before I roll mine, let me hear what folks are doing. You do have a chance to call out and say what.
Damn. Ooh, 5.
Okay, so I'm sorry, you said what to everyone else?
Down.
Okay, so you guys hear that.
And you can see me looking up.
All right, you're going first. The insects are agitated. It looks like they are going to swarm to attack. You guys go first. So your rangers yelled out, "Down!" What
Are
if
they all
it's-
in one place?
You don't see them yet.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't know what's going on. He just yelled, "Down!"
I get down. Ah!
All right, Fig Jam kisses dirt. What are you doing, Radnar? I might also state, Radnar, it's been a day since you've eaten in that special way that you need to eat.
Yeah, I'm pretty hungry too.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna look up to see if there's anything to eat there.
All right, roll me a d6.
All right.
Unfortunately, your ranger didn't give any more detail as to what to duck from. So
3.
No.
3. All right, no, you don't see it. Although with a 3, I will say you can hear that the buzzing is louder, but you don't see the nest.
I guess
So-
I'm just gonna keep straining to see, because if I don't see anything, I'm not crazy enough yet to just blindly fling spells.
All right, so you're going to take your action just to basically be wary, we'll say.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yep.
good enough. All right, so what are you doing, Galen?
Crouching
And
down,
Jazz. Yeah.
taking cover.
Jazz, your protege, kisses the dirt. Actually, she kisses the dirt and then she rolls so that she's under cover of tall grass.
Right. Stand up like a true locksmith. I wave my torch around, seeing if anything is coming towards me.
Okay, roll a
Fair.
d6.
That's fair. That's fair.
Roll me a d6, Jazz. Let me see. Now that you're looking around and waving your torch in the air, let's see if you see anything. No. You don't actually you can't even tell that the buzzing has gotten louder yourself. So you're just waving this torch in the air. You don't really know what you're seeing or what the problem is. So Galen, what are you doing?
I was taking cover.
You're taking cover as well. Okay. Well, then they fly down on the attack. All right. All right. 4 of these boogers. Galen, you are the primary target. 2 of them are going for you, and 2 of them are going from the odious person waving a torch in the air, something smelly that they don't like.
Damn.
All right. So the 2 on you, Galen.
Ooh,
Miss.
That's a good roll. Good roll. I like those rolls.
And Jazz. They don't have any bonuses. So what's your armor class, Jazz?
My 6.
Okay, you're fine too. You definitely see them now. They are just gigantic flying insects, the size of a small dog. They've got these needle-like, very long proboscises, and they're doing like these strafing attacks where they're just dropping out of the sky, and then they're trying to pierce you with the tips of those very long noses. All right, so that's first round. Basically, everyone took cover or tried to look around. So there we go. Jazz, since you're standing there waving a torch around and now you see what the problem is, why don't you roll a d6 for your side? And then everyone tell me what your options are. And you can see what the issue is now. So if there's spell work involved, people tell me if you're casting or not.
Okay, can I see them now?
Yes, you can see them now.
And are they all bunched up?
2 of them are on Jazz. 2 of them are going on Galen. It's the only 4
Okay.
that you see immediately.
Okay, so they're not bunched up in an area, so I
They're not.
can't let off a fireball at them. All right.
Well, you could, but you would definitely catch Jazz or Galen in the fireball.
But I don't want to do that to Jazz.
Well, it would, provide you some nice meat if you are
It's
hungry.
tempting, but I'm not there yet.
Steady.
I think I'm gonna cast magic missile at one of them.
Okay, go for it. Roll me your damage.
It's a D6 plus 1, or it's a D4.
What level?
You haven't rolled for their turn to see
Oh, that's
what
right.
speed
Yeah,
you're
I got
going
to
at.
figure out who goes first. Sorry. 5. It's simultaneous. Jazz, actually, I'm sorry, not Jazz. Fig Jam. Were you going to cast, or you do see the issue? You definitely see the issue.
I don't think charm person would work on bees, on murder hornets, whatever we're calling them. So I don't know what I can do right now. So I'll just roll around on the floor going, ah!
Okay. Again, you could do what Magpie did and just roll into the grass so that you've got some cover.
If I happen to roll there while I'm going, ah! That's good.
I say in not a leading way at all. All right, so this all happens at once. So I'll let you guys take your turns first. Radnar, you're going to cast Magic Missile, so go ahead, roll your damage. What level are you now?
I am level 5.
I think your damage...
No.
Not yet?
It doesn't get the double yet.
Okay.
Yep, level 6, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. Gotta get level 6 at least get another fucking fireball. Measure myself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's just a D4 plus 1, right?
Yes.
All right, 4 points. I rolled a 3.
Oh, all right. So what does that look like? One of them goes down. What does your magic missiles look like? in general?
It's a bolt of like greenish black energy that forms a screaming skull as it strikes the target.
Okay. The screaming skull just kind of devours this insect as it just bursts through it. It catches fire and drops to the ground. So 1 down out of 4. Who wants next? Jazz, you're standing out there in the open. Who did you help, Radnar? Did you help Jazz or did you help Galen by removing 1?
Jazz.
All right, Jazz, there's still 1 on you, and you're waving this torch around. What do you want to do?
Thrust the torch into its face.
All right, sure, you can do that. As it comes down and it's doing this swooping, dropping attack, you can time it just right to try and smack it with your torch, or you have a weapon out too, I assume.
Yeah, I had the torch and a short sword.
Sure, go ahead and make me a roll. Let's see if you hit it. Ooh, that's going to miss. Yeah, you slice, and it's just diving too fast. You just time it wrong. We know Fig Jam went into hiding. Galen, what are you doing? You've got 2 on you.
Yeah, I'm going to mace one.
Going to mace 1. Same thing. You can time it just right, so as it's swooping down, you can bash it.
I'm surprised Randall just doesn't try and bite one straight up, eat one.
Hits AC 6, so it hits. 2 points of damage. You wing it, literally. You bash one of its wings, which sends it into a spiral, which causes it to kind of veer away, but it's still up and it's coming back. Now, this was a simultaneous initiative, so unfortunately, the one that you dropped, Radnar, it still gets its attack before it dies. So 2 attacks on Jazz. First attack. Ooh, that probably hits you. Second attack might. What's your AC again?
6.
Okay, 1 of them hits you. All right, so actually, it's probably the one that. It's the one that. This will be the one that Radnar did not explode. So he kind of. That one kind of did the swooping dive. It came back up. Radnar explodes it. But the second one is able to do the dive, launches into you. And let's see here. It doesn't do a lot of damage. Take 2 points of damage. But what it did is its long proboscis just darted into you. So like it's stuck in the left side of your chest. And it's staying there, and you can feel it just sucking the blood out of you.
Ow. How heavy is this thing?
Surprisingly, now that it's on you and its little claws are sticking to your clothing, it's got some heft to it. You're actually wondering how this thing can fly. All right, so that's on you. So here are the ones on you, Galen. I think that's going to miss. What's your AC?
4.
Yeah, it misses. And that misses. Yeah. All right, so next round, Radnar, why don't you roll a d6 for your side, and you guys tell me if anyone's casting for just meleeing.
I'm gonna go up and try to bite one of them. I'm not gonna cast.
All right, so meleeing. Galen.
I'm fighting, but you need to roll the d6 there.
Yep, I'm waiting. I'm here.
Yeah, I'm sorry, 4.
Yep, a 4. Okay, no one's casting. It sounds like so. 3. You guys go first. Radnar, you're just going to go and bite one in melee. So go ahead and make your melee attack roll.
Once it tests itself to Jazz, it's probably not moving too much.
Well, I'm guessing no because I rolled a 4.
Nope.
Yeah.
Actually, they outmaneuver you, so you're able to keep up with them speed. But these guys, you're new to flying. Let's call it that. You're new to flying, so they just spin circles around you and avoid you fairly easily. All right, Jazz. There's still one on you, stuck to your chest, sucking out your precious, precious lifeblood.
I guess it should be super easy to thrust the torch into its face now.
Yes. The issue is actually going to be not burning yourself. So, don't roll a 1.
I never roll a 1.
All right. I'll take that. So if you rolled a 1, I'm going to say you would have missed and stuck this torch right on yourself. So I'll take a 5. That'll work. Go ahead and do some damage. You're doing it with the torch, right?
Yeah, I don't know what the damage would be for that.
All right. So do a D3.
You want high.
All right. 2 points of damage, but if you want to hold it there, it'll continue to do damage to it. So, it'll keep burning it. Okay?
Sounds good.
All right. So it's not dead yet, but you've got the torch on it. You're holding it down like it were a tick, which it's acting remarkably like a tick. Galen?
Does AC 9 hit?
I'm sorry?
AC 9?
9 does not hit. No.
Then I hit nothing.
Hit nothing. All right. The Fig Jam. You feel a little sheltered. You feel a little safe. You see what's going on. Did you want to do anything, or do you want to not attract attention to yourself?
I sensibly stay where I am.
All right. Out of the bush comes a dagger, which pierces one of the flies or one of the insects that are on Galen. This comes from the area that Magpie was. It just scratches it, unfortunately. Good hit, but not a lot of damage.
Well, there was one that was 2 points down, so which one did you go for?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll see it went to that one. Still not enough to bring it down, though.
Oh, I thought it had 3 points was done in different amounts. Because previously
Wait,
3
you
points
did 2
cooldown.
points previous. This one's 3. They have 4 hit points.
Okay.
And one's got 1 little hit point left. It's holding on to its little shred. It wants your blood bad. Bad.
Okay.
All right. So Fig Jam, staying hiding. So why don't you roll the d6 for your side this time? And is anyone casting? No casting. Okay. So what's the d6 roll? A 1? No, that was
No,
me.
that's yours.
Yeah. Who's rolling the
Richard?
d6? Richard? Yep.
Can do. He said, try to find it. There we go. Pow. Go on. I pressed the button. There we go. Finally through.
Lag. Oh, well, you guys go first again. So who wants first up? Radnar, you want to bite down on another fly? There's one that looks really damaged. Well, Galen.
I got better this. Go ahead.
Galen, do you want to take out the one that's the most damaged, or do you want to put that
Yeah.
to the healthy one?
Just get rid of it.
All right.
Get rid of it.
Yeah. You just explode a fly. You're using a mace, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Mace of +1.
That's bug gut. Bug gut all over the mace. Radnar. 2 down,
Okay,
2 to go.
16.
That'll hit.
Mm-hmm.
And you're
So
chewing.
I don't. I don't know what kind of damage I do.
All right, so you don't have a actually on the stat sheet that I gave you. Didn't I give you a bite attack? I think I gave you a bite attack.
Let's see. Oh yeah, you did. Sorry, it's a D6.
All right, there you go.
4 points.
Yeah.
Chomp.
Yeah. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Unfortunately, these don't have a lot of life essence. They hadn't sucked any blood recently. So
Depends which one you win for.
add 2 points to your pool there. So it provides you a little sustenance.
All right.
A huge amount, but a little sustenance. So there's one
Which one
left.
did you go for?
Yeah, there was one still on Jazz and there's one still on Galen. Which one did you go for?
Whatever the closest one to me. I was on Galen before,
You were
so
Galen's. So yeah, you take care of
I'm sorry.
Galen's.
No, I was on Jazz before. So if there's one over there, I'd probably go to the closest one.
All right, fair enough. You take out Jazz's. But Jazz, it is your turn, or you have an action. There's still one on Galen if you want to do anything.
How far away is Galen from myself?
Hello, 20 feet?
I'm thinking I got a torch in my hand. Oh, I got the shorts. What can I do? I can run over to him and try and backstab him.
you want to backstab the insect?
Yeah.
Well, he is aware that you're there, but go ahead and make me an attack roll. I mean, I'll give it to you. Galen's there too, so that would count as a distraction, but a 6's not going to do it. So you stab around, it outmaneuvers you, gets out of the way. However, your protege throws another dagger. Like I said, she's better than you, man. She's just better.
I gotta get rid of her. I should never have brought her along.
She just doesn't do a lot of damage, though. So yeah, a dagger nicks the insect. So that's the end of the round. There's still one up that's damaged. And actually, wait, you still had one.
No, we're down to the
because
last
Radnar
one.
took care of it. Yeah. So that was it, actually. Yeah. There's just the one wounded one left.
Yeah, which is now its turn.
Mm-hmm. And since he has 2 juicy targets now, let's see. Let's see. Indeed, you're odd, Galen. So Galen, it's you. That'll definitely hit. All right. Again, not a lot of damage, but
It's enough.
3 points. Max damage. Yeah, it pierces like the side, just by your neck and collarbone, and like you feel it just start feeding, just pulling blood into itself. All right. I think it would be fitting that you roll the initiative for your side, Galen. And if no one is casting, I'll go ahead and roll for mine. Looks like you might be going first, maybe. All right, Galen. This thing is sucking out your life essence. Getting a little woozy on the feet. What are you doing?
See, attacking it with the mace seems like it's a bad idea, to be honest.
Well, it's easy to hit. Just don't roll a 1.
All right, yeah, let's go for the mace. I'm going to roll one. Come on.
Stationary target. Just don't flub it. Yeah, you're good. And you definitely do enough damage to squash it good there before it can really get a good blood draw off you. All right, guys.
Yeah.
The sounds of the insects again. This little attack and maybe the smell of blood on the air. You can hear more of these insects in the area. You don't see any more coming right under you. It looks like you've expunged the nest that you found. Like, so the nest right above you, there's no more of the insects. What do you guys want to do?
I say we get out of here before more arrive.
Yep.
Magpie goes to collect her daggers.
I wipe my bug-juiced mace on the nearby
It's
forest.
like it's actually really kind of it's meaty and smells not so bad actually. Radnar is still chomping on the bits he's got in his mouth there.
I am still rolling around on the ground.
Roll me a d6, Richard.
Oh, crap. Oh, that is not smart. A 5.
You're fine. You're fine. You did notice in the rolling around that there are a lot, like just the ground of the forest is infested with all kinds of insects, and as you're getting up, you see this like foot-long centipede just kind of pass through the area that you were just in, but nothing seems to have gotten in your clothing. Nothing going for those precious nether bits. You seem to have gotten away just in time. You see. Magpie is actually checking herself too, and she is patting herself down, making sure nothing's crawled into her clothing.
Oh my god. This is, I don't like this place. Why are we here? Can we go back?
You can go and wait by the boat if you want.
All alone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to use a boat, so no.
In goblin-infested woods.
To be fair, we haven't hit any goblins, we've only hit insects.
Goblins are tasty.
Everything's been awfully quiet. I mean, you're on a game trail. You know there's larger animals here, but everything's just been really quiet other than the buzzing
Is
of
there
the
any
insects.
spore around here? I mean, if this is a game trail, then I assume that
Yeah.
if it's used, then there should be some poop around here somewhere.
There's lots of dry clods, but dry. Like nothing fresh, nothing recent.
There's been goblins.
Actually, Galen, if you want to...
Okay.
Galen, if you want to make me an intelligence roll, just Galen. He's the only real woodsman in the group.
Got a lot of wisdom.
Yeah, wisdom would be fine for this. Actually, common sense from your woodcraft. I'd take that.
Doesn't matter.
Still a failure.
Yeah.
You know that the spore is at least several days old, but because everything is so dark and kind of damp in here, you can't nail down how long. But you figure what you're seeing here, the newest of it, is maybe 3-4 days old. Could be older, but nothing recent at all.
Mm.
That includes the trail itself, the tracks that you're seeing. There's nothing really recent.
Well, let us continue on to our deaths. I mean, let's go this way.
All right, so you hit the trail, you make the trail, and you start plodding along it. You're keeping the same marching order. Okay, so okay, I just revealed some more there. So you come upon a T. So you can go north or south along the T. North climbs and the south descends. So like you've been steadily getting altitude across these hills as you go. And it looks to the north is going to be more of a slog, more of a climb. To the south, it seems like it starts to descend. Still nothing pointing out to any real anything that sticks out to you. Again, it's a game trail. You haven't ran across any other prints other than animals.
I vote north.
Yeah.
Makes sense to go up, doesn't it?
Yep, get it more altitude so we can see the area.
Yep, let's do it.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. Start climbing again. Everybody make me con rolls. You're several hours in at this point. You started off fairly early, though.
Not brilliant, but yeah, okay.
You're fine. Yeah, Galen, you're fine. Jazz, you're fine.
Sorry.
Radnar, actually, yeah, you need to roll too. I mean, it does take you some exertion to keep flying. Oh, you're fine. No, crit success. Yeah. Apparently, that little bug meal did you better than you thought. Just gave you a little quick boost of power.
A pip in your step.
Yep. I believe that's everybody. No, we haven't gotten fig jams yet.
Sorry. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The climb is gentle enough that none of you are
Everybody's
particularly winded from it at all. Everything looks good. Galen, you're in the lead again, so why don't you give me a D6 roll?
Eyes or check? Eyes or find traps?
This is not surprise. Just if you see something. Okay, don't see it.
Nope.
All right, in which case, you realize that you have potentially become imperiled again as you hear the consistency of the bug sounds change a little bit, and you're just not aware of it right away. But now, it's the tone has changed, and it sounds like bees. Like it's the sound of like very fast moving wings, that buzzing sound, collective. Like there's a lot of them. Everybody else, give me a D6 roll as well. Not Galen, just the rest of you guys. All right, you guys can't pinpoint the nest, but you hear like the sound of, it could be hornets actually, maybe not bees, but the tonal qualities change. Insects seem to be different, and it just reminds you of like bees or perhaps maybe hornets or wasps. Something's changed. You don't see a nest. You're looking around. Everybody's scanning around. It's particularly loud though. What do you want to do?
Is the sound still coming from overhead?
You can't. Well, you rolled a 5. No, you can't tell. It can't tell. It's echoing.
I go back to waving my torch around to see if I can see any nests or any insects or anything.
Okay. Say high or low.
Hi.
All right. You light your torch, or relight your torch. It starts to smoke a little bit. It does cast a little bit more light around. Radnar, actually, you rolled a 2, so I'm going to say this helps a little bit. The smoke seems to have stirred something. It's actually on the ground. You start seeing they look like bees. They're maybe the size, about the length of your finger. They're fat. They come up out of the ground, and they start swirling around. It looks like they're being agitated by the smoke. So you've pinpointed the nest. It looks like if Galen would have taken, another dozen steps ahead, he would have walked right over it.
Have I seen anything like this before?
You're a city boy. I mean, I'll give you, you can take a roll. You can make an intelligence check, but you're going to need to do really well on it. No idea. Galen, you can do the same thing. You don't need as high of a roll being an outdoorsman. Nope.
Actually, Fig Jam's the one that knows all about these things once I've defeated them. So once we're
Fig
done,
Jam's a nature guy too, or at least he spends a lot of time outdoors.
Yeah, that is largely where I grew up and live out there
Sure.
in the wilds. Not like people much.
Yeah,
So-
give me a roll. Let's see if you recognize the horror that you're
An
about
int
to step
check,
into.
you say?
Yes.
I'm reasonably smart.
All right.
Success!
Well, I mean, you know what ground bees and ground hornets are. Generally, they're very annoying. They attack readily. They're very aggressive, and there's a good chance they're poisonous. It's actually a really good success. They're poisonous and they swarm. Like the few that you're seeing buzzing around are probably the early scouts. The nest is probably much further developed in the ground. If they alarm, that's going to be a large swarm, you're thinking.
Make away slowly, guys.
on the other hand, it will be a
Poisonous.
nice
Not great.
big target for someone to fireball.
When in doubt,
Uh-huh.
fireball it out. That's
Does this call for a fireball here?
Can random target the nest.
Okay, I think that calls for a fireball then, doesn't it?
That's a question.
Yeah, are you gonna scratch the fireball off? Are you casting it yourself, or do you have an item that's got it in there?
Well, I have a couple of scrolls, but I can't really
use
get to them right now.
Yeah. So the trees are living. The place is fairly damp. You don't think you'll burn the whole forest down, but you are in the dense woodland. So, yeah.
think he's already cast it.
Yeah, I think I have. I think I have.
It's a stationary target. You can't really miss. So go ahead and roll up your damage, and I'm gonna.
That's what 5d6.
Yeah.
7. Looks like 20.
20, huh? Okay, so let's see here. Well, yeah. Okay, so I mean, you blow the hell out of the area the ground nest is in, disintegrates the shrubs and the bushes that it's using as cover. High or low?
Hi.
It does start a fire. Some of the surrounding woods do catch, but it doesn't look like it's spreading too much. I mean, there's not a lot of dry kindling in this area. Not a lot of dead
Once
wood.
it seems a bit safe, I'll try and put the fire out because I'm that kind of guy.
All right.
Although I do think burning this whole place down wouldn't be a bad idea. I'll take that.
But the timber's worth so much.
Yeah. On the other hand, monsters. So,
You are depriving both monsters and timber guys their livelihood. All right, yeah, the fireball destroyed the nest. Galen, if you go and tap everything down, you'll make sure that the fire doesn't spread.
Yep.
All right. So you continue on northwards. All right. So
Yes.
Right, sounds good.
you come to the going gets a little bit more steep. Guys, give me another con roll. You're another several hours into it. You're getting past midday at this
it's
point.
getting into the groove.
Yeah, Galen, your lungs are giving you no problem this time. That's what happens when you switch to vaping, I guess.
This is what I do to get out into the forest where I really thrive.
Mm-hmm. Radnar, you're fine. So Jazz and Fig Jam, how are you guys doing?
I'm
I'm
getting a bit
knackered.
more. So, yeah.
All right. Yeah, low success is enough. I mean, you guys are a little winded, but still in good fighting shape. That last little ridge line there was a pretty big climb. You got like another 20 feet in elevation. And then ahead of you, you do see an open area just up ahead that the trail goes into. It looks like a clearing, so the sunlight actually breaks through the canopy of trees. You see a lot of wildflowers growing in the area. The grass here is very lush. It's not as damp, not as wet. Seems to be a very peaceful place. So I'm not saying you're stepping into it yet, because I know you're all paranoid. But that's what you see. And you can kind of make out that there's 2 more game trails. You see this one over here to the east, and up one here about a little bit to the north and west. They're both even. There's no more climbing. It looks like you're actually at the fairly highest point of these hill lines.
Mm.
And you're now that the sun's breaking through the canopy, you can tell again that it's a bit afternoon. So you've been here several hours, just cutting through the wilderness, checking the place out, avoiding insects. Still plenty of daylight to go, though.
Okay.
Do we need to rest, or can we keep going?
You don't need to
probably
rest. No,
just-
everybody's made your
No.
con rolls. You're not tired at all. No one's injured, I don't believe.
Did
Well,
Jazz Band Makers con? Is that a
actually, yeah,
17-year-old?
Jazz. Come on, Jazz.
Yeah, no. My con is 13.
All right. What did you roll?
17.
Oh, no. Yeah. So Jazz Band's winded. Your protege just paces you. no problem at all for her. So you could use a bit of a break. Up to you. Galen, you do have some wounds, I think. Both you and Jazz were stabbed. So, I mean, you could take a short rest if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Hit die
Take a
back.
breathe.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys roll your hit dice. You get that many back from whatever you're down.
Yep. Big Jam and or Radnor. Could you do a magic check just to see what else? We know there's some sort of magic service. But is this an area of particularly concentrated magic? We know there's something. We know there's one around here somewhere.
Okay, yeah. I'll if we can take the 10 minutes, I can do that.
I forgot we could do that thing. So yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, you take 10 minutes, focus your inner sight to look at the winds of magic in the area. Other than all the glowing stuff each of you are carrying, the background magic seems to be pretty normal for a deep woodland like this. So nothing magical. Jazz, you only got 1 hit point back. Galen looks like he got all of his back.
Yeah. I don't think Jez was down that much, though.
So as you guys are resting, again, it's beautiful, it's peaceful. You've got the sunshine coming down from atop. There is some bit of commotion at the far end here, about right there, and a figure comes out of the woods. It's human, you think? Its hair is like really long and matted. It's wearing furs. It's carrying like a basket that's been woven out of reeds or fibers, very crude looking. Carries what looks like a stone axe to its side, and it's kind of plodding along with a long stick with a crude stone like arrowhead or spear point on the end, and it's checking on the grass as it comes in. It looks like it's rooting in the ground with the spear. Occasionally it stops and pulls something out of the ground that it puts in the basket. Let's see here. You guys are not surprised. It isn't either. So you, let's see what it says. 2d6, right? Give me a second. 40 feet away from where you guys are resting, it breaks the grass and looks around. It sees you, and it starts a little bit. It just kind of warily looks at you, but it's not making any aggressive moves. And I say human, now that its face is up, you really can't tell if it's male or female. There's hair on the cheeks. It's very dirty. The mandible is large. It's like a very pronounced jawline. Its teeth are very large and blunt.
Blunt.
Does it look scared of us, or
no? It looks wary, but it's not backing away and it's not running.
It's got blunt teeth, you say?
Blunt.
So it's a veggie person to grind up all the vegetables rather than chewing and tearing.
Look at that big brain on that magic user.
That's what a 17 intelligence gets you.
Surprised that magic user hasn't done something else right this moment.
All right, so there's a standoff. It's not moving back, but it's not moving forward either. It's kind of non-aggressively, like tapping its spear on the ground.
I say hello and see what happens.
Okay. Do you make any body motions when you call out?
I raise my hand in a wave.
Okay. Roll a d6.
That's you.
Just Jazz. Roll a d6. Okay. Lightning fast, as you raise your hand and you call out to it, it kind of turns and snags the haft of that axe off its hips, and it's just, before you even can blink, it's hurling towards Jazz. Jazz, you see the motion, so like you got initiative on it, but it's got the axe out and it's starting to throw. What do you want to do?
Drive out the way, and I shout, "Get down!"
Okay. I mean, you see the trajectory. I mean, you're good at this. You see where the axe is going to land, so you just sidestep a little bit, and the axe buries itself behind you in a tree. It still doesn't move much. It just takes a step back and is gripping its spear a little bit more. How are you guys reacting?
Well, he must have attacks Jazz. I mean, that's understandable.
Yeah. This is the response everyone has for Jazz. You just want to murder him. Just You just gotta.
Yeah.
It's got it in for me. Just a poor locksmith trying to help people.
I look around. Are there any fruits or vegetables, or well, not vegetables, but fruits or anything in the trees?
No, there's no fruiting trees here. There are a lot of flowers in this opening that you're in, and you did see that the figure was digging in the ground with its spear.
Yeah, okay, so maybe it's vegetables or roots. So I'll look around. So, are there any roots or anything, or something that we could dig up here? Food.
Can't we just toss him some iron rations or something?
I was going to find it something that it knew was food itself.
Give me a d6.
And not a random poison packet that we have.
Yeah, give me a d6 roll.
4.
You don't see anything immediately, at least not without having to dig some yourself. The only thing that's obvious are flowers. There are some edibles. Your intelligence isn't high enough, and you're a nature guy. There are some edible flowers around you.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
All right, okay. So we'll pick up some of those and sort of here, have these things if you're going to go away.
Okay, how do you do that? Like, how close do you get? What's your body language
Pick them
like?
up. I just grab some. I walk forward a few steps, put them down on the floor, and then walk back again. Yeah, you have these things.
Okay.
We'll go our way. You go your way.
Galen, are you doing anything?
Yeah, just for the obvious emotions, I was going to pick some flowers up and eat them.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. All right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to roll on, give you guys the benefit of the doubt here. And we're going to roll on the reaction table. And I'll give you a bonus, because other than Jazz Band's quick actions there. All right, let's see. Okay. Assuming that you back up after dropping the flowers down, it will move forward. It'll, without taking its eyes off you, start scooping the flowers into the basket, and it pulls something out of the basket and lays it down in the place and just starts to slowly back up to the wood line. It doesn't bolt, but it just backs up enough that you could come forward without being too close.
Can I retrieve its axe from the tree?
Sure can.
Fig Jim, you're the trader now, so
You have a primitive stone axe. All right, sorry, Galen. You're doing what? Sorry.
so Fig Jim, you're the trader now, so
What? I am? I mean, I've dumped some flowers that they might eat.
and he gave you something. Go have a look.
All right, I'll go and pick it up, see what it is. I mean, how have I got to do this?
You're a 17 intelligence, right?
Yes.
It is an uncut amethyst that's still somewhat embedded in stone.
Jazz Band goes, "Ching!"
Amethysts aren't. Nah.
I mean, they have some
alright.
value, but they're, you know.
Yeah, it's not huge value. It's not like diamonds or gold. Well, I don't know. Diamonds are artificially restricted anyway. I don't know if amethysts are used particularly in any magic or anything, so maybe it's worth more than I think. But I mean, I'll pick it up and take it back to the others.
Okay. Well, as you do that, it's going to take a few more steps into the wood line. Jazz, were you going to do something?
I have like an axe, which obviously is better than a primitive stone. Can I give him my axe?
Ooh. All right. How do you give it your axe?
I can just toss it at his feet.
Okay. Make me a ranged combat check. Okay. You toss it in that direction. Do you show the creature that you have its axe when you toss it yours?
Yeah, this is an exchange.
Okay. It will grab the axe, but after that, it seems to have had enough and just starts backing off into the woodland. During all of this, Radnar, what have you been doing?
Looking, if people are kind of doing things, I'm probably hungry, so I'm gonna see if there are any stray like
You want to
animals or
hunt?
creatures just creeping around. Yeah, I
All
do.
right. Make me a wisdom check.
All right.
Get the sense that jazz band sensors go off even if there's just a pile of copper pieces around.
Waste
Oh,
not
honey.
one.
Exactly.
All right. Sorry, my
That's all
thing
right.
isn't coming up. My character sheet isn't coming up for some reason.
Again, you're always free to roll physical dice if you want to. You just let me know.
Okay, I'll just roll. I forget my wisdom's probably a 10.
Yeah, Bert can look it up.
Yeah, go ahead and make the.
Okay,
tell me
I
what
rolled a
your roll is.
5. Rolled a
Oh yeah,
5.
you're fine. All right, yeah, you find, and again, it's a long. You find a trail. You think it's a boar along the northwesterly trail. So you head off on your own after this boar while they're dealing with this. So you guys are kind of largely unaware that Radnar has gone. The creature is fading into the woodline. Unless you want to do anything else with it, it's going to leave you in peace.
This is a what?
Radnar,
Creature
you're
with
chasing
control.
down a boar. You've
Oh,
kind
hell
of left
yeah.
the clearing and you're chasing down a boar. I'm just saying everyone else is kind of tense in the moment and not noticing that you've gone.
Okay.
Go ahead,
See you around.
make me a melee attack roll. If you succeed at an armor class 10, then you're going to be chomping away at a boar.
I'm pretty sure that gets a armor class 10.
What'd you roll?
16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yummy,
You've
yummy.
tracked down that boar and you're just going to town. Here, you're going to get. Boar's probably D6, so 2 more points back to your pool.
All right.
Yeah, not a huge boar, but it's living flesh. Gives you a little something. Okay, guys, are you going to do anything with
No.
this creature that's backed away, or are you going to let it go?
Just sort of calling out, see you around. I'll try and comment an hour.
Okay.
No big hand moves or anything. Just seeing if it reacts to vocal.
Oh. Can we see its feet? I just want to get an idea of what sort of footprint it would leave. Just
Yep.
so if we come across it again, then we know.
The
That's all.
5-toed, it's larger than you expect, so its feet are almost. I'm not going to say flippers, but they're pretty large and definitely
All right.
unshod. Was not wearing shoes or even like sandals or anything.
Really unusual creature. Do we get the sense we might have recognised it if it was cleaned up a bit?
It looked
Was it-
human. It just looked like a really, I don't know, almost devolved human.
It's been a creature of the. It's been the Blue Lagoon somewhere around here.
No, there we are. Guess we got people who we know we can, like, who won't attack us on sight, at least.
At least Jasmine waves at them. You know.
Radnar, roll me a d6.
6.
Okay. All right, nothing special. This is where you guys notice that Radnar is gone.
Okay, in terms of which way where did Radnar go?
Oh, I can't even see. You can't even
No.
track him, can you?
No, because he's a flying skull.
No, I don't know. I didn't see.
Which way does it look like it climbs higher?
You're actually, the 2 paths that you see are level ground now. Again, it looks like you're at the peak. That everything's either flat or going down from here.
Can we see anything interesting or looking around, or is it all just too much wood at the moment?
Yeah, unless you follow the paths down, it's I mean, you don't even know. I mean, him flying around, he could navigate this dense wood easier than you can, so hard to tell. Jazz, the stats for the axe are the same, except that there's a chance that it just breaks every time you use it.
Okay.
But it is interesting looking. I mean,
Maybe there's some kind of historical society I could sell it
yeah,
to.
I mean, yeah, that may be why you decided to make the trade. It is interesting.
I just see the creature thinking, he bad with axe. He threw it at me. He didn't hit. I'm going to take this off him. Just do it again.
Or better yet, if I keep throwing my stuff at him, maybe he'll throw better stuff at me. Let's try these spears. Let's see what happens.
I might throw magpie at him. See if I can get something in return.
Try that. See what happens.
So does that primitive axe have any markings or symbols or pictures on it?
No, it's practical. It's not really it's unadorned. Like there's no artistic value to it, but it's well made. And stonework like this. So your character's native, right? You're one of the humans that lived here originally, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I mean, stuff like this you've seen in displays, like wealthy people's displays before.
Good. Ching, ching, ching. All right. Wonder how much I'd get if we brought the creature back.
It's just,
So we would get axed for slavery, probably.
It's not a slave. We're selling it as a curiosity.
I suspect it's more just someone who got lost out here and has resorted to more primitive ways.
Mm-hmm.
We'd have to ask back in town if there's any story of someone getting lost here a while ago.
I didn't look like a wild man, though, did it? It looked like someone who was a little bit different.
It looked kind of wild. I mean, like the hair and everything was long and unkempt. It was wearing furs. It looked pretty wild.
I feel personally attacked by that.
Well, you're a clean shaven and well kept wild man. It's
No, I'm not. Have you seen the picture?
Oh well, yeah. I guess not. You're
For Fig Jam.
Well, this is one more. This is a few more steps removed from even what Fig Jam, his personal grooming styles are. Radnar, make me an intelligence check. You have to basically track this boar down through the woodlands. You may not know how to get back to where your friends are after you've fed. You feel better, but you might be lost. No, you're not lost. All right. So after a bit, Radnar's image just pushes through the woods, which looks awfully weird as his incorporeal body is just pushing through the woodlands, and he comes out. Yeah.
Where the hell are we going now? We know there are things around here. We know there's people around.
You've got two more game trails. You got the one going off to the east, which if you just look down it looks like it starts to descend a bit. So it's losing altitude. The one to the north and west seems to be it's level to where you are right now.
I think the one, just looking at the map that we do have revealed and sort of, in other words, sort of putting together things mentally, do we think it leads down to that other beach?
Probably. Being a woodlands guy, you between you and Fig Jam could probably figure that does go down to the beach.
We want the other track then, I think. Yeah, northwest.
All right, so you guys lead off. That encounter took probably another half hour or so. All right.
Was Fig Jam back? Is Fig Jam? We still be at wait for Fig Jam to be wested, wasn't it?
Yep. I'm sorry. Was someone doing something else?
Fig Jam?
Yes, band.
Jazz band. Yeah. Jazz, were you doing something else?
He was resting because he was really exhausted.
Oh well, he got his. That happened after, so he got his rest in.
All right, let's go.
Examining the stone axe, and I think we're ready to go now.
All right. Right, you go along the path. Some more time seems to go. You see another clearing ahead of you, and this clearing seems to be much larger. And in the clearing, there seems to be a mound. It looks like it's an earthen dirt mound that comes out of the ground. It goes up several feet into the air, and the tip of it kind of goes out like the rim of a vase, maybe. So it spreads out and opens a little bit. The top of it is beyond your eye level, so you really can't see what's going on with that. And all of you can hear a low-pitched buzzing sound, just very loud, kind of thrumming. You can actually even feel it a little bit under your feet, oddly enough.
I've heard flying things. I've heard stuff on the ground. So this would be under ants, maybe? Under the ground? Giant ants that are going to erupt out at us?
Kind of hope not.
Rednall, can you go and have a look at that thing? You can fly, okay.
I'll float on over there and take a look.
Okay, roll me a d6. And just tell me what you roll. You're rolling physical dice, so that's fine.
All right, I rolled a 1.
Ooh, okay. So you
really
float
good or
over
really
and,
bad?
and you look down, and it looks like the top of this like fluted earthen mound goes deeper into the ground. But then as you're kind of floating over it and looking, a large bee, like you saw earlier, or a wasp perhaps, climbs at the edge of it. Then several more follow it, and you have irritated it, and they basically fly at you. So you roll to run. That's a surprise. So you
Awesome.
you see the insect, and then they just swarm you. All right. So unfortunately, you're surprised. So they're going to get an attack roll in. How many are there? Ooh, yeah. This is not good.
Could have saved that fireball spell.
Okay, so there's 8. All right, so you're swarmed by them. What's your armor class?
In this form,
Yep.
my armor class is 6.
6. Okay, well, only 2 of them get any kind of significant bite in. So most of them are going after your phantom body, the illusion. So they're kind of attacking the illusion more than you. But 2 of them do get in good stings on you. Okay.
Oh dear.
All right, take 4 points of damage and make me a save versus poison.
Can he be poisoned?
Yeah, although it acts differently with him.
All right.
Okay,
Roll high.
you make your save.
There we go.
Okay, very good. All right, so you guys are watching, and so you see the illusionary image of him kind of floating above the anthill. He's looking around. He shrugs like, "It's all good, guys," and then suddenly his form is just enveloped with a swarm of insects that are biting, stinging, killing. You hear him yell out. Okay, Radnar. So we'll give you a round, and then we'll let everybody else get in on the action. So, so
I'm chomping.
actually roll a d6. Actually, that was the surprise round. So you roll a d6. They'll roll a d6. Are you going to cast, or are you going to do something else?
No, I'm going to bite down. I rolled a 5.
Okay. They rolled a 3, so you go first. Go ahead and make a melee attack.
Yeah, probably not. Let's see. What do I hit?
They're fast and small. AC 7. So, what'd you roll?
Oh, well, I guess I rolled yeah, I didn't hit. I rolled a 6.
Okay. So they're all going to get their attacks in again since you're staying in place. Ooh! 1, 2, 3. 3 attacks got in this time. Six points of damage as their stingers seem to be doing some definite damage to the bone. That's all that is the left of your construction. They're starting to make it. You're a little brittle, so it's starting to crack the bone. You made your poison save, so you don't have to make any more. All right, so everyone else can tell me what they want to do now. We'll go ahead and let's have Jazz. Why don't you roll a d6 for your side? And you guys tell me what you want to do. So you guys see this, like his form is just being flooded by these bees.
I'm going to cast a spell.
Okay. Anyone else for spell casting?
It's not a useful spell in terms of damage or anything like that, so don't worry about that.
Don't think Charm Person will work.
All right. So no spells other than
No spells.
Galen. They got a 2, you got a 4, so you guys go first. Ragnar, why don't we let you have your action since you're the one immediately in peril here? What do you want to do?
I'm going to chomp down, and I rolled an 18, so I had
All
an
right.
AC 1.
All right. You don't even need to roll damage. You destroy one of the bees.
Nice.
They give you negligible. You take 1 point to your pool.
Okay.
It's not nothing.
Yep. Anyone else? Galen, you were casting a spell. What are you casting?
I'm casting Bliss. So that's everyone allies within a 20-foot square. So that's all the rest of us. It's not a very good reason to skulls outside of it.
Right.
We're not yet in melee. Gain a +1 bonus to attack and damage and a +1 to morale, as much as that matters. So
Okay.
you're all attacking with a +1 to attack.
You all feel just really sure of yourself, just really charged with energy, and like you can just accomplish anything. Anyone else going?
Can I throw a torch into the halo of buzzing insects?
Yeah, you can. Roll me an attack roll. Okay, I was hoping you'd roll a 1. Okay, so you throw it. Since Ragnar is essentially levitating, right? The torch does pass through his illusionary form, and it kind of drops on the outside of this earth mound, and so it's smoking, and it's still actually high or low.
Let's go low this time. I'm sorry, you weren't talking to me.
Yep, Jazz, high or low?
Low.
Low. Okay, it goes out. The torch does go out when it hits the ground. Yep. All right. Anyone else? Fig Jam, do you want to do anything?
I mean, I can pull out my dagger.
Okay.
But
You can
I mean,
throw a
it's not
dagger
really...
too.
I can't throw a dagger. I can barely hold my...
You can. It's just a question of it'll do any good or not.
Sorry, I have described it as a small stabbing stick, not dagger on my sheet, although it has the same thing. So yes, I pull out my small stabbing stick and get ready, just in case something comes near me. Because,
all right. So taking a cue from you, Jazz, your protege lights up another torch, hands it to you.
Good. She'd be better off if she threw it. She's better at it.
All right, so their turn. There are 7 of them now. I'm still stressing, Ragnar, that you have not moved away. You're still in the middle of this mess.
Well, yeah, I'm going nuts.
Yep. Oh, wow. 1, 2. Despite those 20s, yeah, so 2 crits. That's going to be 6 points of damage. They're really hammering away at your skull. So your fragments of bone are coming off. You know, you're beginning to lose some of your cohesion. How close are you with another 6 points off? You have a fair number of hit points, though.
Yeah, I've still got 15.
Oh yeah, yeah. But it's a little worrying because they are, this skull's all you got. this flaming disembodied skull is all of you, and they're chipping away at it. But you do also seem to be keeping their attention. Nothing is coming towards the rest of your group, who also hasn't moved forward, if I'm understanding things. So, next round, Galen, you roll for your side. Tell me if anyone's casting. 3, 2, 1, no casting. Okay, Galen, roll your d6.
Yeah.
You guys still go first. So, who wants it? Jazz, you got a freshly lit torch in your hand. You want to try that again?
Yeah, let's. Did you see that?
Whatever 77,946 on the roll is, I'm pretty positive that's not right. All right. Slightly better roll this time. The torch lands a little higher on the hill. Tell me high or low. Jazz.
Hi.
High this time. This one goes out too. Your protege sighs, lights another torch.
She's not lighting them right. It's her fault.
That's it. It's always her fault. Yes, it's always her fault. Galen, are you going to do anything?
Yeah, we're going to have to try and do something a bit more practical. This is going to hurt. I'm going to get out a bottle of oil. So we need to soak the thing in oil to set it on fire.
Okay.
So I proceed forward with the bottle of oil. Get a bottle of oil out and proceed towards the...
Okay, so you're going to move forward. You got a bottle of lamp oil in your hand?
Yep.
All right. Right, sounds good. That's your action then. Radnar, are you just going to keep chomping?
Yep.
Okay, go for it. All you have to do is hit. Even a point of damage is enough to kill them. They're not that large.
Yeah, I hit AC 5.
That hits. So another one goes down.
Yep.
All right. Fig Jam, do you want to do anything? Other than be muted, perhaps?
Yes, I am muted. That is a shame. I suddenly realise that I am carrying a big staff that I had forgotten that I got last adventure or the adventure before that. So I will, use it like a baseball bat and swing it wildly.
Sure. So you're going to go forward and swing it wildly. Okay. So... All right, sure, yeah, you can do that. You can move full movement and start swinging. Go for it.
Yeah. I do not think I've ever used a melee weapon before, so I don't know what it would be. I haven't had this stuff for very
D20
long
plus
at all,
your strength bonus.
So D20 minus. Oh no! Would you look at that? A 0. So.
Hey, Jintindo.
I rolled a 16.
Glad to see that you are alive and well and out of the hospital. It seems. Yes, I would love to be an affiliate.
Yeah, it's not a strength check; it's an attack roll.
Yeah, but I don't.
If you look under your stats, you've got.
Right.
attacks.
Yeah, okay. I have those,
I'll take it.
Yeah, right.
You rolled a 16. I'll
16,
take it.
so yeah.
That's a hit. You kill another bee. Yep. Jess, you have a smoking, guttering torch in your hand again. You want to try that again?
Let's throw it.
All right. That's a better. That's yeah. There we go. Tell me high or low.
God damn it. High.
Okay. It does go through the swarm of bees this time. It actually does kill one as it goes down, but again, the torch lands and just guts out. It stops burning. There are many fewer surrounding you now, Radnar.
Okay.
And let's see, it's their turn now. Everyone's gone. Your bees leave you, and they kind of dive bomb down into the hill they crawled out of.
All right.
All right, so there's no enemies visible, but you have a very agitated hive of these potentially poisonous flying critters. What do you guys want to do?
Oil, flame.
Yeah, so you've got your oil. What do you want to do with it, Galen? These innocent creatures of the woods that want nothing more than to build their home.
And poison people.
And poison people. I mean, that goes without saying, though.
If we've got a moment, the two words are actually relevant. A Molotov cocktail.
Yeah. All right, I tell you what. Let's see how many moments you actually have. Okay. So you wanna wick it and light it. Let's say that takes an action. Then what do you want to do with it? You want to just drop it down the hole?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I'm going to get as far
If the
away.
intelligent person next to me wants to suggest a better plan, feel free, but otherwise, that's what I'm doing.
All right. Well, you have one more action before something happens. So Galen has just wicked his bottle of lamp oil. He lit the end on fire and just dropped it down into this hole.
Last action, move away.
Yeah, Jazz is running for the hills. I think your protege was already one step ahead of you for that. Fig Jam?
If everybody else is running away, I guess I will turn and run away as well. Ah!
Radnar, you're sated at this point. You've taken in enough points today that you feel rational, normal. What do you want to do?
They're all the baddies are gone, right?
That you can see, but you can certainly still hear them down inside that hole.
I don't think I'm crazy enough to go down there for them, so I'm going to go back to my companions and make sure everyone's okay.
Okay, so everybody has beat it. You're all running away. All right, so timer goes down, and what happens is you start seeing some smoke come up from the inside of that hive, and just billowing out. You start, they're crawling over the rim. They're crawling down to the ground. Few of them seem to try and fly, but the smoke seems to be interfering with it, so they're kind of like drunkenly weaving back and forth in the air. Some of them are falling out of the air. But so it's just disgorging all of these bees, all of these insects. They just start pouring out of this thing. I assume everybody ran back along the path. Yeah?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, if somebody didn't, let me know.
Yeah.
Okay,
I followed everyone else.
Main thing I think was take cover, I suspect, more than the main thing.
Okay. That oil is giving off a lot more smoke than you suspect it should, Galen. There must be something further down in there it's interacting with, but now there's like smoke just billowing out of it, and it's just like, it's almost like watching flowing lava if the lava were bees. Just pouring out of the structure. They seem to be dispersing into the woodlands to the east and west. None of them are coming down the trail. None of them are paying particular attention to you. None of them seem to be able to take flight without getting very just weaving around like they're drunk, and they eventually fall to the ground. You just wait it out?
At this point, yeah. At least I start hearing from us.
Well, you do. It takes a good half hour for the last of them to leave the mound. It looks like some of them are dead or at least stunned, just laying around like a circle around the edge. And I guess we're at time, so we'll go ahead and end it there today. You have cleared out this nest. And by the way, the hole that goes down is about the size of a body. Like, you could fit yourself down in there if you really wanted to.
I was expecting it to sort of suddenly collapse in on itself. As a sort of something large moved away, and the thing just went big huge hole.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to end. This is a couple hours after midday. You guys, some of you are beaten up a little bit, but otherwise everyone's intact. The whole time, Darby, your dwarf, player who is missing tonight, has been standing steadily by the side. And I guess we'll leave it there till next week. Before we sign off here, I know at least one of you have your own stream. If you want to plug your stream, Richard.
I can do that. Hello, I am Richard, and you can hear me blather on while I play video games on LM, TD, TM, FFR, or, say it with me now, limited time offer, no vowels. Yeah!
Nice. Anybody else have anything they're working on and want to plug? Feel free. Jameis, got anything?
Nope.
Nope. Jazz, how about yourself?
I got nothing.
All right, Radnar.
Well, if anybody is so interested in either 5th edition or Swords and Wizardry, I'm running games over at Frog God Games Organized Play. Check out their Discord server. Sign up. Love to see you there.
Well, there was definitely something to plug there then. All right, guys. I'm probably going to stream these for the foreseeable future. So since I'm like, I don't know, probably 100 episodes behind on posting to the podcast, at least people who are interested can catch it live before it eventually goes up on the podcast. Say bye, everybody. Hopefully those of you watching are having some good fun in our little BX adventure, and we will see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Have fun, everyone.